Away, Land of the Braves. It's the NSK here. It's another Friday. It's another edition of Industry Lube with myself, and you know, with who else but the winning newspaper, the country's most trustworthy, The New Era. Make sure you get yourself a copy, because apart from what we're doing here, I also wrote a little something that's with my column that's been running since 2014. How have you been, by the way? Our last episode, our last Industry Loop podcast that we had was with Julia's boss lady. And let me just tell you, it was juicy. Caused a lot of drama. Let's just really give you a bit of a snippet of that podcast.
I'll just answer you simple. My whole entire life, any concert you've seen me with, I've never paid anything. Never. Not a cent, not a dollar, nothing. And I've never been in the crowd. I've always been backstage. My whole entire life. From zero. From the first ever event.
From Diva.
Yes. Until now, I've never paid for any concert.
Because I was going to ask now, because she was talking about a whole lawsuit against you.
Where is it? I'm waiting. I launched it. I did everything I did.
Nothing was summoned against you. There was no papers that were summoned.
In fact, you must be lucky. If I get the money I want, I'll take it to court. But let God put it in my heart to forgive her. If I really want to waste money. But if we go to court, if we had reached court, sweetie, you're going to fail this law. I'll finish her. Sorry, my language.
Course, yeah.
If they see you automatically, they
You see, I told you, drama. Okay, and if you missed it, man, don't worry. It's literally on every platform of the New Era, especially that's YouTube. Just search Julia Boss Lady Industry Loop. You'll find it. Watch it and enjoy. But it's another Friday. It's a brand new edition. It's a brand new episode, and today we have a gentleman that I would love to call. I call him the lover of Namibian music. Okay, this guy has been doing it for 2 decades plus, okay, in one way or another, either as an artist, as a consultant, as an artist manager, as a friend, as a helper, as a critic, as an analyst, you name it. This guy is literally everything when it comes to the Namibian music industry. Now, I'm going to ask him all the questions. Trust me, okay? And it's going to give it to me all the way, because he does not hold back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, help me welcome the one and only Fidel O'Del.
NSK.
My man.
What's going on, man?
What's happening, player?
Man, that's good to see you.
Yeah, man. No, it's good to see you as well, bro. You know what I mean? It's good to see you looking good, you dig?
For real?
For us industry OGs, especially for your level of OG, it makes me happy to see you looking good, you know what I mean? Beard is trimmed a little bit, you know what I mean? It looks good, you know what I mean?
You know, we don't age.
It's a black don't crack, bro.
That's what it is.
Listen, bro, like when it comes to one thing, when it comes to Fidel, right?
Yeah.
It's always your English, bro.
For real, yeah.
People talk about your English, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where does it get like the rah-rah? You know what I mean? Like, where did you school? So walk us through your background, bro. Like, what influenced the way you speak and the way you enunciate your English?
Now, I just think you need to pay close attention to details. You know, that's the bottom line, because as I was a kid, it's not like I've been to UK or the States. Nah, I spent time reading. I spent time listening to the teachers, what they're telling me what to do, what they're telling us what to do. So I pay close attention to details. If they say, you know, pronounce the words this way, I try to imitate exactly what they're saying. I don't try to go another way. If they say knife starts with a K, why would I say another way around? You know, so I pay close attention to whatever I've been taught as a kid. And that actually helps me until today. So I think as I was growing up, I was taught by white teachers as well. I'm not sure if that's the right word to use, white.
Listen. This is a podcast. We say it as it is. You know what I mean? I had white teachers as well. It is what it is, dog.
So,
you know what I mean?
So they taught me, I still had my grade 1, 2, 3 reports. So when I look back at that and then I'm like, yo, was I speaking this way around about this time around, you know? So I was taught by white teachers, by black teachers, by Zambians, by different, you know, kinds of people.
Yeah.
So as I grew, and then my accent, I started realizing that I don't sound like anybody else. You know, so it's not like I went to a special school. I was born in Zambia. That's where I did my primary. That's where I did my, you know, until around about grade 6 before I came to the country. So I went to PPS, People's Primary School.
You're the People's Primary kid.
I'm always there.
Oh, wait.
You know, did my primary level, and I went to Centaurus High School.
Yeah.
You know, caused a little bit of drama over there, got expelled. I ended up at GMTC, Jacob Marengo Tutorial College.
Oh, wait.
It's the only school in Inventor that could take me in because of, you know, what I've done at Centaurus. So they took me in, and then and I think that's where I've discovered much about myself. You know, because now I'm at a school where everybody thought I downgraded from Centaurus High School to Jacob Marengo. It's like, what happened? You know, so I needed to rediscover myself as well at the time. And the only time that I could do was to say, no, let me utilize my voice, my knowledge and skills to get on radio. And that's when I ended up at Kabichwa Community Radio.
Yeah.
It's because of the voice.
Yeah.
I had no experience or qualifications. I was in grade 10 at the time. So,
And the drive also. You also had the drive.
yeah. So I got up in there, and then, I became a radio presenter, producer as well. And that's when everything just kicked off. And I met my man, Stravo. I think he was about 12.
Strava, our producer. Wait, he was about 12, you saying?
Yeah, he was about 12. Yeah, he was very young.
Yeah.
A professional dancer
Oh, yeah.
as well. Yeah, that's just way before Matongo family was originally, you know, came into existence. It was way before that. So that's now when I started basically listening to the inside me. There was a specific call that you weren't just about your voice, you weren't just about, you know, you got so many, you needed to exercise many of your talents. So I just discovered that I had all these talents around me. I believe it was God-given, because it's not like I went to some sort of, I did a course or schools, or so all these things were just within me. And then I realized that I have a heart for the music, I have a heart for people. And I got that from my mom, actually, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So that's now when I realized that most of the time I've actually neglected myself for the sake and love for somebody else, until the point that I started listening to God's voice and telling me, no, son, you're on the right path. You don't need to worry about anything else, but as long as it's for the goodness of another man, you can make that sacrifice.
Hence your selflessness.
Yeah, you can make that sacrifice, you know, and that's what I believe in.
Let's go back to KCR,
Yeah.
Karatula Community Radio, which later changed to Base
Base
FM.
FM, yeah.
Right. You were that's your building blocks, right?
Yeah.
And it has been the building blocks for many entertainers in this country.
True.
Professional entertainers that are doing amazing stuff today, and that have now gone into private and commercial spaces. Were you sad to see what was happening to Base FM, and especially now that it's close to at least almost defunct?
Base FM or KCR.
Oh, KCR, yeah.
Yeah, there was so much happening before it closed down. You know, all of us were volunteers for the love of the station and the community we were serving. We love that community engagement. We were young, we didn't worry about being paid about it. But then when we realized that the management, somehow somebody messed up in the process, and we got a notice that the station is going to close down. And that's the verge when we were about to start getting paid, you know? And we were like, no, this cannot happen.
Yeah, at the time that you were about to get paid, they telling you that's about
the station is closing down, and it's like, I think funds came in and somehow it was mismanaged in the process. And it affected all of us. We got angry, so we decided, no, we're not gonna close down. But then we didn't have the power to keep the station going. And that's when everybody started leaving, one by one. You know, people started getting opportunities, and other stations started grabbing them, presenters and stuff. You know, so, you know, the late BK, Lomo, the late Brownie, Wesley, yeah.
Yeah, Wesley.
So Dukes as well, Bloomy. So all these guys started leaving, and we were one of those last one that actually stayed behind. Josie Joe's, you know, DJ Moore. Everybody started leaving one by one, and then they found opportunities at other stations and other media houses. So it was very sad for us. to see the baby that made us closing down, and we tried by all means to save it, but unfortunately we were not equipped enough in terms of resources, the knowledge to run that station. Because if we had that, we could have decided, no, okay, y'all step back, we're getting in and run this ship.
Yeah, yeah.
But then at the time, obviously, it was an NGO that was funding the station. We didn't have the funds, we didn't have the knowledge and the skills to run a station as KCR at the time. So it affected everybody. We cried about it. We tried by all means to bring it back, but there was so much happening in the background.
Yeah.
So, but it was good that we could see that people branched out and they got into mainstream stations and got other opportunities, and they grew out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's where I probably need to ask you, because you're also an analyst yourself, and we're going to have many conversations now as we engage. I've always believed that community radio just in 2024 in Namibia, for some reason, it just does not make any sense. Doesn't make any commercial sense, because everyone wants to get paid, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, everything is expensive. Everything costs something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Plus, Namibia was classified as a middle-income country not too long ago. So that meant that the NGOs dried up, the funding dried up. So the essence of community radio, obviously it's important, but is there still place for community radio realistically in 2024 in Namibia?
I think they still exist. There was an organization called NCRA, if I'm not, Namibian Community Radio Station, something. That was instrumental in setting up all their community radio stations all over the country. So those stations were supposed to be funded, obviously, you know, NGOs pulled out. And I think somehow individuals also started now funding the station themselves, just to keep it alive. So the relevancy of the station is the fact that you are closer to the people, you know, and you are more flexible, because if I see you as a presenter and then I see you on the streets, I can relate, because now I can see you, I can listen to you, and I can relate to whatever you're talking about. So I turn to connect more closer to you than any other radio stations, because community radio station is about serving a specific community.
Yes.
So whatever is happening within that area should first be heard at that station. Announcements and shout outs and music and dedications, whatever you want to talk about, whatever engagement programs, activities happening within that Ohangwena sectors or district or region should first be heard on the Ohangwena Community Radio Station. And obviously down the south and everywhere else, because now you have the mainstream stations as big as they are, but obviously, you know, the language barrier as well. You know, do I understand or know what people are talking about on all these other stations? Because community station, you speak the language of those people, of that region, of that area. So obviously, I would want to stick to that. So that's the relevancy of the community radio station. Another disadvantage is the fact that you need to understand that volunteer works pays off at the end. I've been a volunteer all my life until today. I still volunteer when I see that this is an opportunity for me. It can help me today or tomorrow. I had most of my jobs because of referrals. I had most of my connections because of my referrals. I was never paid for a very long time as far as I can remember. And community radio station, you need to get in there and say, I'm going to volunteer. I'm going to do this for the love of my community and my station. Unfortunately, if you don't have that kind of heart, it's not for you. Because now you're going to end up fighting with the manager and say, no, I've been here for 6 months, I haven't been paid. We volunteered for years, and we were comfortable with that because I can get on the air and spin my records. I get my good...
dopamine from it.
I was listening to you. Wow, man, that sounds like you play, man. I like the way, you know, that was good enough for us.
And the respect from the community.
You know, that was good enough, because then there were opportunities that came along with that. I want that man to come and host my wedding. I want that man to come and host my show. I want that man to make an appearance at my daughter's birthday party. Because now you've been volunteering, and then you build yourself up in the process. And then this opportunity just opens up. That's what it's supposed to be. That's how the world is supposed to be.
The spinners. The spinners there, if you do it with
you
passion and the
chase money,
spinners.
money's going to chase you. you chase money, money's going to chase you. Because you cannot chase money.
But is that even realistic, bro, in 2024?
When you chase money?
Like today, like to say, yo, volunteer, to tell these kids today, these kids are woke, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and we talk about new talent, we talk about upcoming talent, we talk about, bringing in new faces and whether it's radio or TV or music or whatever, to tell this lady today, volunteer.
Now, let me take this glass off for a minute.
Let's talk, bro. Let's talk.
And it's scared to be realistic.
Yeah.
If you want a job in any institution, right, you got to sell yourself. There's what we call internships and attachments.
Yeah.
If everybody can take that opportunity to do internships and attachments, I'll give you an example of an old school friend of mine who I referred to a local newspaper because he was studying journalist. I told him, man, you want to be a journalist in the future. Have you ever thought about going to work to volunteer at this newspaper? No, man, they're not going to pay me. And I'm like, of course they're not going to pay you. But I can help you to get there every morning. I can give you cab money. That's as far as I was willing to go. But as long as you show up every day, Monday to Friday.
Yeah. You have to be consistent.
But it's full time.
Yeah.
I got your back. You're my man. I got you. Nah, man, it's a big paper, and I'm just gonna go there and work. And I'm like, yeah, you're gonna go there. You speak to them. I can speak to you. I can help you as well because I know them people. I can help you. You need to get up in there. You need to show up every day, Monday to Friday. You need to work 8 to 5. End of the month, you don't get paid. So this is what you're gonna do. When you get in there, I need you to start whatever you can. Start at one department at a time. You can make people coffee. Volunteer to make them coffee. Sit with the journalists. Look how they write their stories. Go sit with the editor. How they put the stories together and how they finalize the whole newspaper process. I need you to observe and learn all these things. So when I was explaining all these things, he's shaking his head. And I'm like,
of course, bruh.
So to him, it's like he has studied, he's going to apply his knowledge and skills and stuff and not getting paid for it. And I'm like, yeah, that's how it is. And my boy got up in there, 3 months down the line, he started complaining. I told him, hold on, man, it's okay, I got you. And he held on. And one of the journalists, obviously, we move so much around with this industry, he got an offer at another daily newspaper. So there was that open space. And my man sent him, he knew the whole process. So there was no time to advertise externally anymore. They just,
get in there, dog.
Get in there. You've been very committed, you're showing up. And that was 4 or 5 months later. My man was in there, volunteering. I told him, just run, it's okay. And he got a full-time job. Until today, he's all up in there. He's a journalist now, writing stories, and he's
my man.
I'm so proud of him.
Yeah.
And I keep telling him, you don't need to mention my name, because I'm that kind of person that I love being in the background. You don't need to mention my name in the event that you become successful and then you say, no, I owe this to Fidel. I want you to own this yourself and be able to appreciate, and I need you to do this for somebody else tomorrow.
You know what?
Yeah.
This actually gives me the fantastic opportunity to ask you this, okay? Now that you're saying that, look, you don't really need the credit or you just need to own it, and it's for your own personal satisfaction to know, look, personally, I know I did what I could to help the homie.
True.
So you don't necessarily subscribe to what Sula said when he was on the same couch. Sula said he made Liz Ross. Right? And Liz Ross was saying, no, you didn't make me, dog. Like, it was my talent that made me. But then, Sula says, yeah, but who knew Liz Ross before, your countdown?
Yeah.
It was my platform that gave birth to Liz Ross. So you don't necessarily subscribe to that, do you? Because if you're saying, no, I'm just in the background.
Yeah, no, it was quite an interesting, interview that y'all had. It was good discussion as well. I've listened to both of them.
Yeah.
And I've heard what everybody said about it. We should know the difference between the definition of what defines made or make or the gift, right? Made is like producer or production. You know, for example, an apple tree, you know, you put the seed and then
it blossoms.
Then it blossoms, you know, gives you the fruits. Who made that? Was it me that planted the seed? Or was it the apple that, you know, was the tree itself that produces these apples for me to eat? You know, we need to define those terms. So when you provide a platform or an opportunity, do we define that it is made? You know, because for me to be on this platform, to speak this way, to convey this message, NSK tomorrow says, yo, man, I made Fidel to, you know, to blow up, because after that interview, because you gave me a platform. So something happened after this. And then I blossom and I blew up, and I get all these opportunities. Does NSK comes back and say, yo, I made, because, I mean, this is today, 2024. So going back at what Sula said, I think he could have defined it more to say, in what way has he made Liz Rose? Or in what way had he provided her an opportunity or a platform to say, Liz Rose, you got the voice. She had the voice way before then. She had an image, whether she can go bald or color her hair. So she brought that into a platform that has been existing. The butterfly, or the butterfly has been there. So she just got into it.
Yeah.
And she was told what to do and what to say. So she came in with a gift that she already had, God-given, or she had it going on through as she developed herself on how to speak and be comfortable. So she just came to apply that on a provided platform.
Yeah. Interesting. Look, man, one thing that people don't know is your family, right?
Yeah.
And I've noticed that you don't necessarily speak a lot about it, especially your brother.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is this? Did you guys take a conscious decision not to maybe make that public, or not to have a media situation to say, oh, you know, we are brothers and, you know, we're all in music, or is it just one of those, like, each one is just doing his own thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my brother had been looking up to me from the heydays, and I've always told him that if this is what you want to do, it's not this kind of business that I'm into. I'm on the lookout for you. It's not really what it is, you know, or what you think it is. It's a jungle out here, you know. So if you get into it, you know, you gotta get into it, you know, full force. So at the time, I mean, he was running what we call the G Ride. It was just a social homeboys coming together, and then they had this Bucky and they'll be driving around, and then they call themselves G Ride. Naughty Boys, Young, Wild and Free. So they made a name for themselves at the time, and he blew out of that crew, you know, when he dropped his first single on Wike Pepe, you know. When that came out, still people didn't know that he was my brother.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was like, man, you don't need to mention it, man.
Yeah.
You know, until he mentioned in one of his songs, you know, and I didn't have a problem with it. I think I came from the background where I don't like to claim I can initiate or establish or start something, but at the end of the day, if I look at it from the background and say, yo, thank God it materialized. It doesn't matter where it came from or who made it or who executed it. It doesn't matter. But when I see that, you know, when my brother blew up, I couldn't come out there, you know, and say, yo, that's my man's. And
Yeah. So it would look weird.
Yeah. So I watched him from a distance blowing up, and I was a bit worried as well, because I'm in the same industry and I know how this whole thing is. So, and I see that he was doing pretty well for himself. He was having a good time. And And I told him, yeah, well, do your thing, son. You know, you got my blessing. Right now, the light is on you. You know, do your thing. And he wouldn't mention it as well because he was growing up, and then, I mean, he didn't have a reason to say, no, Fidel is my brother. You know, just as much as I wouldn't say Gaza is related to me, he's my cousin, because my mom and his mom, they're sisters.
Oh, snap. Like sister, blood.
That's what it is.
Oh, snap.
I wouldn't talk about that,
Yeah.
but I did now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So it's not something that is actually important for relationships as such, unless maybe it depends as well on what is the context that you want to bring this up to somebody's attention to say, no, Tash is my brother or Gaza is a cousin of mine. You can't really get into that. The late Jane as well, Jane Davids.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, she's all family. She's related to me. She's related to Gaza as well. So we came from that type of industry, you know. But we wouldn't want to talk about it. But whoever finds out about it, it's still all good. Yeah, but those are my people. That's my blood. Yeah.
I mean, which is. I mean, I didn't know that Gaza's your cousin at all. Like to be very honest with you, I think this is news for
now
all of us.
Now he comes home. You know, we go home to the village.
Of course.
Yeah. And then we hang out. We do what we're supposed to do.
Not the same homestead, but like in the same yard. What do you call it?
Same yard. Yeah.
Same yard.
Shakati, yeah.
My goodness! Wow.
Yeah, we have to go to the village. We all up in there. We plow the field. We gotta do what we gotta do.
Okay.
As a family.
So I mean, then I have to ask you this question though, bruv. Like, Gaza's your cousin.
Yeah.
But from the outside, it looked like you were rolling with a dog, though.
Yeah, most definitely.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And at the time, you know, the whole GMP Umshasha thing was a thing. Now, not so much. You know what I mean? Nigga, homies are grown. We are all grown. You know what I mean? People are making their own money. We move.
Yeah.
But back then, it was a thing.
Yeah.
So Gaza's your cousin. You're rolling with a dog. Now King Titty. But like, did that not cause issues?
It did, actually.
It did.
We rented one crib in Auckland Park, the three of us.
The three of you guys, you, dog, and Gaza, rented a house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we had the cash flow.
My man.
Money was flowing in, you know. So much money in my pockets they'd be falling out.
Oh, yeah.
So, we were stacked up. You know, I was a executive, you know, producer. Quite a lot of artists. I had a production company, and they were just normal artists. So we decided, because we were in the same industry, we were blowing up as well. I was not on stage, but they were. We rented a crib in Auckland Park, and Gaza was huge at the time. Gaza, I mean, the dog was huge at the time, and they were brothers. Obviously, they would be managed by Isaac Nyambali. He was taking care of them. He had a good job at the fire brigade, so he was pumping all his cash flow on these two brothers. So
Isaac the Nyambali that Sunny Boy is talking
Sunny Boy,
about.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can get into that a bit later on.
Oh, wait.
So he took care of them. He took care of everybody because he had a full-time job and they didn't. So he was responsible for making sure that these guys are okay. You know, so we were renting this crib. I had my room, you know, dog had his room, Gaza had his room. And it was crazy. And, you know, I was that's the time when I found Bethel. He was about 15. You know, Lady May gave me a call. She was about 12. You know, and I was based because she heard about the work that I've done and what I'm currently doing. So she called me from Caribbean. Said, "No, Fidel, I would like to meet you. I'm based in Caribbean. I'm coming to Windhoek soon. You know, I would like to meet you. I'm seeing what you're doing." So when I was in that crib, my focus was to focus on my artists.
And not necessarily outside, right?
Yeah, I was focusing on my artists. You know, we had a studio that we collectively put together. So we had a 4-bedroom crib. One of the rooms we turned into a studio.
Oh, yeah.
Now that studio, we came up with a program to say, no, when I'm getting in, these are my time and these are my days. And somehow, you know, Gaza either spend more time in the studio and Dog is not happy about it. Dog spend more time in the studio and Gaza's not happy about it. I mean, I was always that dude. I was like, nah, it's all good. I'm gonna get in with my own time, you know. And confrontation started between the two. You know, sometimes when people tell the story, they need to understand where this thing started from. You know, because sometimes I've heard a lot of interviews and people say, no, it started here, it started there. But, you know, I was right there.
Living with the gents.
I was right there, you know. So And they had the same manager. We had one recording studio. Everybody want to blow up. Everybody want to record. So now the time frame that Dog would spend in the studio, Gaza might not be happy about it. He said, no, what's going on? It's supposed to be me in there right now. And then that friction started. I started feeling the energy in the house was not comfortable anymore. You know, I got my people coming through. I got my girls, my homeboys coming in to check me out. I got my artists coming in, and the energy in there is just not good for them as well. They're trying to greet Gaza. They're trying to greet the Dog. And then brothers, you know, sometimes, you know, they got this facial expression on, and I'm like, yo, man, these are my people. Give them, you know, show them some love and stuff. And I'm like, I don't mind about them. You know, we get in there, we know we do what we gotta do. And Gaza obviously been the, you know, the older one amongst all of us. You know, they had to sit us down, me and the Dog, and say, no, you know, every household has rules. You know, Fidel, you can't just bring in your people. Anytime that you feel like you can't, because now his girlfriend Golden was coming in. The Dog's girlfriend Namvula was coming in because she was based in Tumeb at the time. So obviously she has the right to come and visit her man. And obviously Golden has the right to come and visit her man, you know. And me and my girl was a bit far. So she comes in and out, and I got my boys coming in and out. This is a young artist. We have work to do. We'll cook.
Because, I mean, it takes hours, but do
Yeah.
the sessions. Yeah.
I mean, them brothers here, the woman that will cook for them, I don't. So if I have a shorty that can come in and cook for me, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
So Fidel, yo, they got rules. You know, we got a woman here, man. You can't just bring in, you know, a woman
So
from
he
out.
lays out these rules now.
Yeah, you know, we have a woman in the house. How will she feel when she sees another woman in her kitchen? You understand what
But
I'm
it's a
saying?
shared kitchen, though. But okay. Oh,
Yeah, but you know how it is when it comes to women. It's like, you know, she's in there, then you got another shorty over there doing something.
Yeah, they're very territorial, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. So I think this is something that we, at a time, I'm like, come on, dog. I'm paying rent up in here too. I can't expect Golden or Namvula to cook for me. You know, they came here for y'all. You know, they're preparing this good course meal for y'all. You know, they can give me a plate. Because now when they're cooking, and I'm there too and it smells good, I'll be coming in the kitchen, I'll be asking where the food at. And I'm trying to create a conversation. I'm like, yo, where the food at? You know, so I was known for that. I'm asking where the food is so that you don't forget me when you start serving.
Yeah.
You know? And Gaza laid down all the rules, you know, said, no, when we're in the studio, this is what happens. You know, when your people come in, this is what it is. And we took that too personal.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
and the dog,
Both you and Dog now.
yeah, we took it too personal. We're like, come on, dog. I mean, you can't just, come on, you know, tell us all these things. And, you know, some of these things don't go down well with us. So I think the Dog as well, he was not comfortable. The fact that it's coming from, you know, his brother, paying the same rent as I am paying.
But he wants to lay down the rules.
Yeah. So then y'all, the Dog decided, man. You know, he called Isaac and said, no, this is not good for me. I'm stepping out of here. I'm leaving this place. So Dog left, you know. And prior to that, Sunny Boy was coming in as well. You know, Sunny Boy was just, because that house was full of artists coming in, you know. Either they're coming to me or they're coming to the studio or they're coming to one of the, you know, we made a house party. Everybody got to know where we stay. So we had people coming in and out. So Sunny Boy was one of those boys that was coming to the Dog specifically.
Okay.
Dog sometimes is not around when Sunny Boy comes around. So we just hang there, we have a good time with Flo. He stays there, he's all by himself, he's writing. Gaza is busy with his people, they're dancing, you know, with the street kids, you know, Bones and... So Sunny Boy is over there, you know, he comes, sometimes the Dog is very busy traveling, he's in and out of the house. So Sunny Boy, Gaza saw an opportunity, this little man is here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him in the studio on this song. So Gaza was working on Coco. Sunny Boy was right there, so he was like, man, coming in.
Something, yeah.
But remember, at the time, there was no agreement between the Dog and Sunny Boy. There was no agreement.
Yeah.
That I can testify. It was just like, you're coming to see me because you want me to help you with your music.
Yeah.
So I don't think Gaza did it intentionally to say, no, let me take this artist, you know. This man was right there. He came to visit, so let me got him on a song and recorded. The same day, you know, those two brothers don't waste no time. The same day, Gaza took that record to Elvo to do the last touches. And Elvo did his mix. The next thing I'm hearing, I'm at home and I'm in my room and I'm hearing Coco, Pato, Lindsay. I'm like, I came out, I went into the studio, I'm looking at guys, I'm like, yo, what? Yeah, man, it's song. And then he kept on repeating the song. He's getting the feel to it. He's repeating the song and the song and the song and the song. Sunny Boy is over there vibing. We're all happy. And it took the song to the station. And that song blew up. The dog heard about it.
That time Doggers was not living there anymore, must now. Oh, he's still
No,
there.
he was still there.
He was still there.
He was still there at the
Yeah,
time.
he was still there.
Yeah, he heard about it. Then it was a whole thing of betrayal. So when there was this whole trip of them traveling down south for a concert, and they were all in one Kumbi, and there was an AK-47 type of thing that came about, it was bad blood at the time. Because now you took my artist, your song blew up, shows after that, performances.
And that song was truly national, dude.
And the video came through after that.
And the video came through.
And Fidel was over there. I was that sugar daddy with a big tummy right there.
Yeah.
We couldn't get the right man to do that part, so I had to step in. I had my homeboys, Rain, the Mad Boy Genius.
Yeah, Mad Boy Genius, man. Shout out to the homies, bro.
You know, and then we got Eric, Tapiso, Auntie Sosa to come and do the video, the shooting and the editing. So we hauled them brothers in, then we did the video. And yo, that was Coco for you, man. Sunny Boy blew out of that.
And that's literally how this thing
it was
started.
a betrayal for the dog, and I understood how he felt at the time. And dog moved out.
Yeah.
It was too personal. He called Isaac like, I'm stepping out.
Yeah.
You know, then he relocated to Isaac's flat somewhere around here. So Isaac took him in, and there I am with Gaza now. I'm like, yo, this rental, man.
Yeah,
now we need to pay extra.
Yeah, because now it's two-way, you dig?
Yeah, I had to pay extra now. And I had Lady May nominated for the 2004 Music Awards, and I'm like, yo, man, I gotta take care of this right here. You know, this is my main focus right now. I don't want to worry about us paying extra dollars. If we got to do it, let's do it. So we stayed for about a couple of months together with Gaza and over there, and you know, and later on, I mean, he's older than me, and then obviously the rules then, you know, start coming through once again, and then the rental as well. You know, my pockets were be drained and stuff. You know, like, yo, I need to move, man. I need to move as well. And yeah, eventually we parted ways. You know, no bad blood between me and the two guys. You know, we love each other to death till today. So I had to move out, and you know, Gaza stayed alone.
Yeah.
And I think thereafter there was now a decision that Isaac had to make, because now he's caught up between his two artists that had parted ways negatively in the bad day. Now Gaza will be like, no. So now you, dog is like, so now, you know, it's like who you rolling with, who you with. So he couldn't make that decision. So Sunny Boy followed the dog as well. And when that happened, Isaac was still then pushing his money on the two brothers, because they had an agreement, you know. And Sunny Boy obviously jumped into the bandwagon.
Yeah.
And Isaac had to take care of that. I felt offended though when the song came out.
Yeah, when
Sunny Boy dropped the song, because come on, man. Sometimes you gotta be realistic.
So Isaac was actually innocent from your perspective in this. Isaac was pumping in the money.
Come on, man.
So what money is he stealing?
You know, when you
from
don't
Sunny?
understand nothing about the music business, learn to understand and be curious that this is a business. It's a business. There is a huge difference between you and your voice and your vocal ability and being a very good lyricist or a songwriter. If you don't apply business principles to your artistic or your creative work, then you're just as good as nothing.
True.
Then you're in the wrong industry. Them niggas didn't know nothing about the business. Isaac did. Who drove all these brothers all the way to Oshakati, all over the country, all over the regions when there were shows?
Yeah.
There was no money for them to do that. Isaac used his vehicles. They drove his cars. Come on, man. We got to be realistic when it comes to these things. Don't speak bad about a man after a bad fallout.
And obviously also at the time, there's also no there's also no return on investment. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you
I mean,
know what
all
I mean?
of
This
us-
guy's literally just doing it from his heart.
To be honest with you, NSK, all of us had good jobs at the time. We had full-time jobs, but we identify talents when we see it, when we hear it. And when we identify talents, it's my responsibility to make sure that this blossom. And that costs money. I need to dress you up in my pockets. I need to transport you, cover accommodation and fuel and food on the road for you to make that money. And as a manager, I should be making sure that I teach you how this thing works. I need you to learn what I'm doing so that in an event that I'm not here no more, you should be able to continue and been applying business principle, and that's what the industry failed. Sunny Boy didn't know no business. The dog didn't know no business. Gaza didn't know. Okay, Gaza at least he studied partially in the UK.
Yeah.
He studied marketing. You know, he went to South Africa. He studied. You know, so he came to apply some of those around himself. That's why he was moving too fast.
Yeah.
Right after they parted ways with the dog, he was moving too fast for himself. So Isaac started thinking of Sunny Boy. He started thinking of Tequila. Because now every time somebody features the dog, you become part of the camp.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It started off like that.
Like that, okay.
So Mshasho now, you have now Isaac Nyambali taking care of all his brothers
All these guys, yo,
out of his own pockets.
that's insane, dude.
And you're trying to tell me that when money comes in, I should not get my cut? Whether there was an agreement on paper or not, I just think give credit where it is due. Let the man eat as much as you want to eat. If Isaac must have taken something for Sunny Boy, I'm sure he was just taking something that belongs to him.
Yeah.
Whether it was with interest, that's what it is. If I put down 50K on your album, I need 55. And if your record sales
Shoot up
is
to
equated
60,
to 55, and I'm taking everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't say that's my money. It ain't your money. That's my money. Your money comes after I take my money.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And this is what the artists don't understand.
And that's where the friction is always between an artist and a manager. And
That's
till
why.
this day.
That's why the mistake we made from the get-go is not to have it on paper. We made that mistake from the beginning. As much as we were knowledgeable, we made that mistake not to put it on paper. Because everybody was also afraid to sign papers.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I need to be protected. I need you to be protected.
Yeah.
If it's not on paper, it don't make no sense. It's just a verbal agreement that I have. I'm gonna take care of you. We're gonna make 10K. I will take 5, you take 5. That's how it was. So,
Oh man.
and if I take the whole 10, you can't sue me. I will also justify my reason why I took the whole 10.
Yeah. I'll show you the seats. I spent 10 or more on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you pissed off now because you were that brother or sister that was jumping on stage, but I got you on that stage. I got you that gig. I got you that outfit. I got you that water. I got you that bottle of Hennessy.
I got you that recording.
I did all that out of my own pockets.
Yeah.
Now here you are at the zoo park eating Russian and chips and telling every artist that Fidel ate my money up. Come on.
The question now is, does Sunny Boy regret saying that about Isaac? let's take a small break. Let's play the song that actually caused this big issue. Gaza featuring Sunny Boy, Coco. We've got Fidel O'Del in the studio. We'll continue with this conversation, but stick around, don't go anywhere.
So it's over. The Sunny Boys here, so it's over. Who like the wange wekumona? Patulula handi kongola.
To show you cut you can't conga. Yatukala lande pahalo sponga. Hando keke nabo wembona. Uno kala pahalo koshiponga.
Kuete kuchonja loloka. Kacha fimbo kwetwe mokona. Magandaya ndili koskola.
Pena japo, oshoka shishasho jandi tankala makotoka. Gala mwenyo yake keleketa ngala mwenyo keleketa isomthatha
Tata life,
this is Kona
life,
this is somthatha
Tata life,
this is Kona
life.
Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Shavena exe Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Shavena exe Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Shavena keskele katatu yemuli vavali homwa pumba kukumana nandi halavali kukumona uli noma sugar daddy
Kashikani katatu nyemuli babali homa pumba kungugumana Nandi halavali kukumona uli noma Sugar daddy so high
so tired
so high
so tired
Hope no hope
kuno fire
This day on
you on fire
so high
so tired
so high
so tired
Hope no hope
kuno fire
This day on
you on fire say Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Shavena exe Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Shavena exe Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Shavena exe Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Shavena exe Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Shavena exe Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Koko patulula diemo Shavena exe
Exe Coco. When was the last time you even checked out that video? But yeah, you know, it is what it is. That's why we're doing what we do, okay? We want those authentic Namibian stories, stories that you didn't even know about. You just grew up listening to the music. You didn't know the backstory. You didn't understand what or who did what. That's why we're doing this. That's why we do this every other Friday. We bring in the personalities that can give us the perspective, that can give us context. And one person that has been there since day one is Fidel O'Del, and he's here with us. Fidel, I need to go to another passion of yours, right? And that's hip hop, right? It's well documented that you love hip hop. You know what I mean? And you were one of the cornerstones. You were one of the point of references when it comes to hip hop in this country.
Yeah.
We had a heyday. There was a golden era of hip hop, right? Listen, we can even go all the way back as Shikololo days. You know what I mean? You even have a song with him.
Yeah.
And then there was the good old hate from Shikololo, you know, our pioneers in terms of, you know, Oshabambo rap, but also just like hip hop in general, flowing and so on.
Yeah.
And then we had now the 061 music era, you know what I mean, where the boys were doing it, the DJs of this world and the KKs of this world.
Yeah.
And then after that, it sort of just slowed down. You know what I mean? Today, you can literally count a couple of hip hop artists on your hands that are still doing it, but they're not necessarily doing hip hop.
Yeah.
Where did it all go wrong for hip hop in this country?
And I can take it back to the late Kerry Ked when he said, let's destroy and rebuild.
There we go. Okay, let's talk about it.
We need to go back to that. We were behind his back, the whole hip hop industry at the time when he made that statement. Everybody was behind his back, and we were going to make this happen. We were going to stop this whole hip hop thing. It was going to stop TV, radio stations. We were not even going to tell the papers about our stories, what was going on. There were no shows. We were going to stop everything, go back to the drawing board, and look back and say, where did we go wrong? This is our baby, this is our child, this is our bread. We can't let this baby die. So we were in support of what Kerry kept saying, and unfortunately, he ain't here no more. And at the time is when I, myself, from the heydays, also felt like, you know, hip-hop is dead. I felt it. And as much as we can get back on radio and say hip-hop ain't dead, I felt, man, this child that made us who we is, this child is dying or he's dead. Because now, we can't have no shows at the Brewers Market anymore. Because that was our reference point.
Full to capacity, bro.
Yeah, we used to fill up that show. If my man 40 Beers is doing a show, you know, hip hop kids gonna miss that show.
Yeah, no one is. From radio presenters, from fans, we going.
I'm a hip hop kid. I want to go see what my man got.
100%.
It wasn't just about freestyles and whatnot. This man is having a show, a one-man show. $50, $20, doesn't matter how much it is. We all up in there. Not because we want to support the man. It wasn't about that. It was just the presence, and it was about, oh, well, I heard about this homeboy. You know, it was about, let me go see what he got. So it wasn't about, you know, let me go support him. The support come automatically. It was in the blood. We got to be there. We had the Brewers Market. We had a hip hop every year, a hip hop show that was fixed every year. We had our freestyle sessions that we were doing in Ben Hill, in the Port Street Mall, that was fixed every year. We had guerrilla marketing where we set up the sound system illegally until somebody chases you, tell you to pick up when you have already done what you had to do.
And I remember those were so cool, man. To see you guys just do that stuff, I remember.
Yeah. So we had all this going on.
Yeah.
And the fact that was not happening anymore, that's now we're looking at each other's faces and say, yo, man, what's happening? We could not understand what went wrong. We did not understand exactly what went wrong because the generation was there, the cats were there, the hip-hop heads were there, producers were there. But the fact that we could not visibly hear or see hip-hop, high infinite power, healing our people. That's what it stands for, yeah? We couldn't see that. We couldn't hear it. And then we started now putting a question mark to say, is hip-hop dead? Now that question started being, you know, circulated all over the social media. Hip-hop is dead. Is hip-hop dead in Namibia? And then as now that we're trying to be defensive, we look around at what we had, the cats that were there at the time that we're trying to push. So we use them as references. And it wasn't good enough because them cats as well were not active. Everybody then started competing against each other. It was no more unity. They started competing against each other. Then I go on social media and I'm seeing, you know, who's the top 5, who's the best and better than who. So that separated all of us. Because now I got more views and I got more likes and I got more, you know, references that I'm the top out of all the brothers. The other brothers take it personal, but that was public views.
So there was a missed opportunity here.
Yeah.
There was a serious missed opportunity to murder what the South Africans did. The Caspers, the AKAs, the KOs, the Ricky Rigs, the Major League DJs. Because them brothers, in as much as Casper and AK had issues, they were unified in pushing hip-hop as a sound to the continent. And that conversation never really happened in terms of the Namibian hip-hop fraternity, did it?
No, it didn't happen. And that's where we went wrong. We were focusing on things that are not even necessary. By saying, yo, did you see that I'm better than the other one? Did you see the numbers on social media? You are comfortable at that level. Wasting of time, gossiping, biffing, and sleeping too much. You know? So instead of having one agenda and say, oh, well, I got this opportunity that I'm the best, let me utilize and capitalize out of this. We wasted so much time doing whatever. I don't know what was happening with our hip hop cats at the time. So when we start now realizing that this thing that used to feed us ain't there no more, then the frustration and the depression comes in. That's why we lost a lot of cats.
Like
Some left
Cannibal.
the industry, and some are not here no more. May their soul rest in peace. It was so painful that we lost the best of what we had when it comes to hip hop, that they did not blossom. They couldn't uplift the industry that gave birth to them or that they gave birth to. They couldn't lift it up. There was no time or chance for that to happen. So there was a time when I was in my room and I cried that day when I said, no, man, why you gotta go today? Why now? You know?
You talk about Cannibal now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why you had to go today? Because we had plans, you know. We had plans. This man was going to produce voiceovers. I was behind him to make sure that he gets clients. And
This is now his last days, his last
yeah,
months.
his last days, yeah. I was like, yo, you are the last surviving breed.
From that era, bro.
Yeah, let's see what we can do together. I got a recording studio, come on in. I ain't charging you. Come do your thing. Come do your voiceovers, because I know this is what you do right now.
Yeah.
You know, you're producing all this stuff. This is a studio right here. Come do your thing. I can get you clients. I can get you people that can you can work for. We started working on that. And obviously you gotta be patient. It's a push and pull factor. Clients will say no. Clients will say yes. And at the time, I didn't know what was happening in the background with my man. Yeah. So only now, like you know, they always say you only know what you hear when it's gone. Every time you listen to Kanye's music, you're like, yo, man.
He was saying these things.
There was
all
something
along.
special about this man.
Yeah.
And one can say, why you ask yourself, God, why now? Despite what he was going through, you could have given the signs to the man. You know, you feel like God, you ask all these questions to God, and when you know that God obviously takes care of everybody and protects everybody, save everybody, but you're still asking the same questions, like, you know, why my man had to go today.
We're only human.
So we felt that the industry, hip-hop industry, was robbed of the golden child. And we ain't having that no more. So what happens? The rest of the hip-hop artists that Kanye worked for, they didn't have to be in this industry no more. They say, nah, man. My man is gone, what am I doing here? So that I can be the next one? I'm leaving this thing. KK left.
Lil
Ambassador
V.
Star left.
Yeah, Ambassador. Oh, Ambassador Star. Oh, my word, bro. You're bringing back some great memories right now.
You know,
Wow.
Desmond left.
Yeah.
Stitch left.
Yeah.
Even though Stitch is, you know.
Yeah, he's active here and there, but it's not like 100% in it. Yeah.
And when I see that happening, I was like, I will call them.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? I was calling them like, Fidel, you see what's happening, man. I'd rather go to God, I'd rather go to church than doing this thing. It's not working for me. It's not helping me. It's not helping my family.
And I gotta eat, or my kids
And
gotta
for
eat.
me,
Yeah.
loving hip hop so much to the core, I looked at the surviving brothers. I'm looking at them. I'm like, you can't do this. You cannot do this. You can't. Let's try again. I can't stop them. They have choices, their families, they got themselves to take care of. And I also look at the industry overall. It's also a question mark. Just say, why would you want to force somebody to stay in something that ain't working for them? It's very sad when I look at hip hop as my baby, and I was one of the pioneers, and then I look at everybody that went through my hands. Don't want to be part of this thing no more. Like, yo.
And you know, you tried, bro. You tried. I mean, you tried the Golden Oldies Initiative. Now
Yeah.
Deadly Grounds. You've been pushing that. There's so many initiatives that you've been trying here and there.
Yeah.
Your art talks, you know what I mean, just to try and bring a bit of a blood into it. Just going back to the Cannibal situation, you you were in a bit of a battle with Mshasho.
Yeah.
About some music that he recorded with Mshasho. At the time, obviously, as fans, we didn't really know the details about it. We didn't. I didn't even know he was busy with Mshasho like that.
Yeah.
Make us understand what was the situation there? Because after he died, there was talks about there's a whole album or something like that, or two albums or something like that.
Yeah.
That's just sitting in Mshasho archives.
Yeah.
That apparently he produced with them. Or what's the story there?
No. What happened was, Kanye, before he released his last project, Amapiano, he was signed prior to that. A couple of years back, he was signed by Mshasho.
Okay.
Obviously, Dog is a businessman, and whatever opportunity he sees, he grabs it. Nothing wrong with that. The only problem that I have is once you get into a record label, as an artist, it doesn't matter who small or big the label is or who is the owner. You need to understand that you gotta come in with your own manager.
Okay.
That's what artists don't understand. You don't need to be managed by the label owner or by the people within the company. Get an external person that you're coming in with. Now that person should be the middleman between the record label or the owner of the record label and you. That's where we go wrong. You can't expect the label itself to take care of you 100%. But that man serves your interest.
Yeah.
That woman who's your manager or your promoter or your agent speaks to the label and say, no, these are my terms and conditions when it comes to this individual.
100%, okay.
This is my man. The only thing that you are providing is making sure that he has a recording, he has shows. You are limited only to that. The rest of the stuff I will take care of. So that's a conversation that should happen between the label and the agent or the manager.
The representative of the artist.
So now, when my man signed the record label with Mshasho, obviously this is only limited between the artist and the label. The label now being managing him, or the artist owner, or let me say the label owner managing the artist. So that's where everything goes wrong, because now once you have that agreement, it means that you should operate according to what the label is all about. You can't step out of line. Whatever you do within the company is the property of the company.
Okay.
Whatever idea you bring within the company, as long as you are employed within that contractual agreement, it's the property, and it's the rights, and it's the copyright of the company. Because you are doing it under employee, you are in the line of duty.
Yeah.
You're in the line of duty, so you're working. Studio, the lyrics, you're
Melodies,
contracted.
whatever.
Yeah, you leave it behind. In an event that you are no more there, you leave everything that you have done behind. It's normal in the music business.
So where was the fight then? Or where did the friction come?
You know what happened was, after my man left Mshasho, then obviously he was a free spirit. Black Widow came after him, signed him up, produced records for them, for the two girls. And obviously his work stayed under Mshasho. Stuff that he has done over there, album or two, records, stay there, obviously. And then after his passing, the only album we knew was that one, Amapiano, the one that he freely distributed for the love of music, for the love of his fans. He gave us a free gift. He didn't make money out of it. He had a farewell party. I helped him to put it together at Vivaso in Eros.
Yeah.
So whatever happens thereafter, after his passing, we needed this man to continue to make more money. We needed a man to continue, because we're supposed to take care of his child, his family. And we can only do that once you have something that you can lay on. And that was one of his records that was laying under with Mshasho.
Okay.
And to say, okay, fine, Amapiano went out for free, it's out there. But then there's these records, after a person's death, there is that atmosphere, you want by all means to get this music, whatever is out there, to be the first one to have it.
100%. It's true. There's a certain period where fans just crave for that artist's music.
So there was that moment to say, no, we had their records out there. I mean, we knew about it. Some of us knew about it, And I tried to call my man, the dog, trying to bring up this conversation. I
You
was
did
like,
call him?
I'm not sure if I did. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I can't recall.
Okay.
Trying to say, let the music out. Even if you have to drop it under Umshasho.
And then you take a certain percentage or whatever?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can't keep the man who's not here no more. You can keep his work. Like, what are you doing with it? At least let it out. Let us support whatever, And it was a bit too personal for me, specifically, because that was my man and I was there on his last days, And I felt like the dog just needed to, under Umshasho still, let this work out. Let the music out. Let us buy these records. Let us support whatever income comes out of it. There's a little man that is still alive today. We owe it to that man.
He never did release those albums, did he?
No, he never did. Stuff that are still lying there. So my man, I'm asking the dog, please come on. I know you can hear this interview. Let the music play. Let the music out. If you happen to have these records, let the music out.
Yeah.
I'm asking you as a brother. I'm asking you as a friend. We came a long way with the dog. So I'm asking him at that level, that if you happen to have Cannibal's music, please let it out. We want to support this man for the sake of his surviving child. We want to buy these records. If he can drop it under Umshasho, even better, because then we know the sales can push up. If he can promote it under Umshasho, it's okay. We will support, we'll buy the records. Be it a single, be it a mixtape, be it a full album, it doesn't matter. If he happens to have it, let the music out.
The music.
Yeah. That man, that money can help him. That's the least we can do for that man.
Yeah.
Because life has moved on so fast after the man passed on. But right now, we can't even look at the surviving man. The NASCAM is right there, royalties. We don't know what the papers say.
Yeah, what the paper says.
When Cannibal say, like my records, in an event of my demise, who takes care of my music? Is it my son? Is it my mom? We don't know what the papers say. But then obviously, if this records comes out, then it ends up on the radio. That's royalties for the son right there. That could help him today and tomorrow. Cannibal's music is all over.
Yeah, it is. Until today.
Until today.
Until today. Timeless music. Hold that thought. Speaking of Cannibal, let's play you something by Cannibal. It's the song that he wrote for Eclipse and for Roger. What is the song? Dreamer. I'm just a dreamer.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's quickly check out that song, and we'll be back in a bit. Stick around.
I'm here with the people that gave birth to Roger. These are the places. Wait a minute, all this to you. I thought it was this nigga. This is the nigga. Look at this nigga that started. This nigga right here. Yeah, this nigga right here, he's the one walking up the guy. This nigga is I'm like, Daddy. I'm still waiting for my tea. I'm gonna hook him up in my daddy.
Yeah. Real talk from a real dude. Let's go. Happy New Year. Where's the champagne? Celebrating being champions and pain that we've overcome. Surely there's more to come. So while the going is good, order another one. Cause you don't know what comes after this. Tomorrow the sun might not shine as eclipse. Sometimes I wonder why they're gone and I'm here. They did everything right and I'm the up of the year. Tears running out. I get to thinking, what the is life really about? Where's a guardian angel when you need one? They say they're everywhere, but I ain't seen one. Tell me, do only Christians have them? And do all other religions not go to heaven? So much good and so much evil everywhere. I'm not sure if it's a dream or a nightmare.
Tomorrow the sun will shine. Maybe I'm a dreamer. I'm just a dreamer. Tomorrow it'll be alright. Maybe I'm a dreamer. I'm just
Someday I would like to change the world. For now I just wanna fix my life, make it alright, get a job I like, and push my music to the highest of possible heights. I'm so ambitious, wanna fly high above, put a ring on the finger of the woman that I love. Get my mama straight, never worry about a thing. Make her live like a queen while I live like a king. Damn, somebody make me president, so that every sick person can get free medicine, so the money in our country can be shared a bit more fairly, so that nobody starves while somebody drives a Bentley. If I rule the world, no more wars, no more wounds, no more scars, no more rape. Nah, that would be unheard of. Bring back the death sentence for all murder. That's my dream.
The sun will shine. Maybe I'm a dreamer, I'm just a dreamer. Tomorrow it'll be alright. Maybe I'm a dreamer, I'm just a dreamer.
Spark a flame and put your lighters up. Close your eyes. Rodney, take my levels up, I'm about to sing, man. Dream with me.
I made a few mistakes along the way, but if I could rewind my life, I'd try to do it over again. I made a few mistakes along the way, but if I could rewind my life, I'd try to do it over again. I made a few mistakes along the way, but if I could rewind my life, I'd try to do it over again. Tomorrow the sun will shine. Maybe I'm a dreamer, I'm just a dreamer. Tomorrow it'll be alright. Maybe I'm a dreamer, I'm just a dreamer. Tomorrow the sun will shine. Maybe I'm a dreamer, I'm just a dreamer. Tomorrow it'll be alright. Maybe I'm a dreamer, I'm just a dreamer. Can you come share my dream? Maybe I'm a dreamer. Can you come share my dream? I don't wanna wake up.
Man, wow, goosebumps, literally goosebumps, just listening and looking at that video. May his soul rest in peace. That's a cannibal. Authentic Namibian stories, especially when it comes to Namibian content, the music, the arts, the films, whatever, and one man is here to tell his story. That's Fidel O'Del. Now, Fidel, one big factor about the Namibian industry, the music industry, is the lack of corporate investment, right? For some reason, corporate Namibia, including the multinationals, just don't want to put in the money. There's a couple of instances where, really standout instances where money was put in. Sanlam came, you know, they took over the music makers, they pumped some money in, so God bless them, you know. MTC came in, then they took it to another level with this thing, but even that had its flaws, isn't it? Fidel, what were your observations in terms of just like the numbers and especially the MTC era?
It's quite a good question. In the event of my demise, I'm talking about personal now.
Of course.
I can as well say that I was part of it, you know, to see that we had a platform and opportunity to be awarded for what we put into this industry, whether be it a trophy or monetary value or whatever opportunity that we got as creatives. We should be able to say we made it and we did it, or I made it or I did it. So when corporate sees an opportunity for growth for themselves, they have the budget for that, obviously. They would actually go for it. If it works for them, irregardless, they will go for it. Sometimes they don't even need to go through agencies or whatever. As long as they see an opportunity, they will go for it. And then for us as creatives, we also need to know that when we see opportunities, we also need to go for it. But how do we go for it? That's where the question is. We don't have the knowledge on how to engage, how to network, how to approach corporate industry. It's so unfortunate. It's an art that also needs to be taught by ourselves as well. I should be able to walk into that office. The person that I find at the counter, I should be able to be professionally be able to approach that person, the tone of my voice, my appearance, my conversation. I should be able to get an appointment from there on. It starts there, to be able to see the decision makers so that I can sit on the table and present professionally my proposal, my business plan, my idea. And if I leave, I should be able to have an answer in my head that I've done a wonderful job. If this doesn't work today, it's going to work tomorrow. We should be able to have that already as a creative, as an artist. We should be able to understand what it takes to secure a good deal or an endorsement. We should be able to understand that. If you don't understand that, learn to understand, learn how to do it, or get somebody else to do it for you.
Yeah.
And then you lay back and just focus on what you're supposed to do or what you know how to do, and let other people handle your business. So I think when companies also realize that, especially with NBC obviously running the music awards or be part of it, it's because obviously of the coverage. They didn't have any interest in it, but obviously they needed to cover this thing. It's good for them because now they are putting it on television for us to watch. If it's business for them, plus for them. But they needed to be part of this bigger picture. Because right now they took over the music awards, but we're still waiting. When is it going to happen?
Oh, is it now since MTC left now?
Yeah, NBC took over.
Yeah.
Now we're waiting when is it going to happen? Because we keep hearing every year it's going to be this year. So MTC, it was relevant. I mean, because it was happening every year. We knew the music awards was happening this year. We knew the venue. There was no postponing. There was no question mark to it. It was like, okay, the music awards is happening when? We get ready for that.
But you know what? Even then, now that you're saying this,
yeah,
there was still so much criticism directed towards MTC and the work that they're doing with the awards. So I'm just trying to understand. You're saying right now, you knew there was that consistency. It's happening. You knew the venue. It was professional. Now MTC is gone. Now it's just NBC. Now it's like, what's up? But if you go back, there was so much criticism directed at MTC one way or another. Either the staging or the organizing or this artist did not win.
Yeah.
So make me understand this.
Okay, I hope I have enough time. I mean, I hope I have enough time
to
break it down just for a minute. 2002, right? Before the awards ever existed, I had a cousin of mine. Her name is Linda Kim Nambudunga.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my surname. So she came to me and then said, Fidel, I have this idea that I would like to discuss with Sanlam. And I know you're in this industry for so long, you know these things. Me, I write for a paper, so I don't know. I drafted the business plan. I drafted the proposal to Sanlam for the music awards that my cousin idea that she had. And I presented that plan to Sanlam via their marketing manager, Mr. Simata.
Evan Simata.
Evans, yeah.
Okay.
He loved it. Because with that proposal, you know, when I'm getting into writing, I break it down. That's how I lost a lot of my ideas, is because I think I go all out. Every detail of the music awards, the way it's supposed to happen was in that proposal. And the budget, how much it was going to cost, was in that proposal. I knew exactly the execution of the 2003 Music Awards, the first ever, how it was going to happen. He loved it. And I had a job at the parliament at the time. I was traveling with the speaker, the late Jandero. I was in the regions. And Mr. Evans,
Yeah,
yeah,
Mr. Evans
he tried to reach out to me regarding my proposal. And I think I was maybe the network issue. I was not reachable. So somehow somebody within Sanlam heard about it, my proposal, knew people that are in my circle. When I came back, my cousin reached out to me and said, "No, Mr. Everett was looking for you." And I'm like, no, I saw that he was calling. I don't know how I missed his call, or there was a network issue. And then I went to him and he told me, "No, your people were here. You sent some people here." And I'm like, "No, I didn't send nobody. No, your people were here." And then
People to Sanlam.
He told me that I sent people.
Yeah, there were people that.
That say that you refer them to me, and then they should proceed in my absence. So we handed over the money, and then we let them go ahead with their awards. Now I look back at the whole execution that was going to happen. I had a team. We spoke to somebody from South Africa that was supposed to come our guest, somebody from SA. And I couldn't do nothing about it anymore. And I took it too personal. And I went to these individuals and I asked them, "You my man, how can you do this to me?"
They told you who the people were?
Yeah, they told me.
Okay.
I know them. I got physical with them. I had to beat them up, unfortunately. Some I had to beat up, some I had to threaten. It was too personal for me because it was too deep. The industry that I knew as a baby that I was helping to grow and to craft. Not just hip hop, but this was the industry.
They literally swept it under your feet.
Yeah. I was betrayed by going to Sanlam and tell them that Fidel sent us. And now Mr. M, because he couldn't get hold of me, he was like, "Well, I mean, it could be true."
These people were people that were part of your team.
My people. We were in the same industry. And I'm thinking, I gave you a proposal. The whole laid out the plan, the budget, but then you gave this over without consulting me. You could have at least sent me an email. As a corporate company, you send an email. If you can get hold of me over the call. You can find me. People came in and you gave them, you gave my project, you gave the project. So it's like you're giving the proposal, the plan, like going, this is how it's supposed, I mean, he's run with this.
What's the money?
The venue, Nampower, was on that. The date and the month was on that. The budget was on that. I had to attend that event as a guest. And
while you were the brainchild.
You know how painful that shit is? It's very painful. Until today, I'm so glad that I had the opportunity for the first time in my life to talk about this today. Nobody knows the truth until today of the birth of the Namibian Music Awards.
Nah, fam.
Mr. Simata,
fam.
You can ask him. Kimberly, my cousin, you can ask her. There are people that I used to work with at the parliament. They were there when I was going behind my jobs, my boss, to draft and to craft these music awards. They know. Until today, they know. And they are witnesses because they were there when I was putting this in 2002 at the end, beginning of 2003. We knew this thing was going to happen in November at Nampower Convention Hall.
So they were just, okay, fine. You find out now, you get physical, and they still refuse to bring you in on it as a project leader.
Exactly. Now, what did I do? I ended up taking my artist. Since I was already in production, I had a label. I took the first lady, Kenny. She had to go against Nazy, she has to go against another rapper, and she lost. I then had to get in Killer B, I had to get in Shikololo, you know. A couple of artists that I was in charge at the time, and I'm like, guys, let's go, it's okay. And I sat in the audience. As things were happening, I'm picturing the words that I wrote. And I'm like, no, that is not supposed to happen that way. No, the setup, no, this is not. The awards, people were not supposed to get these awards. People were not supposed to get money. These music awards, you're not supposed to give people money.
It was just supposed to be the entry point, the starting
What
point.
was supposed to happen, what they were supposed to, they were free recording, a full album production.
Okay.
That was one of the prizes.
All right.
Because we knew the challenge the artist had.
Yeah.
If I have an album, it was a plus. If I have a music video, it was a plus. Those were one-off. Monetary value to say, okay, fine, this was something that we were looking at in the long run. Because this was the beginning, we would say, let's see. Let's give the winners what we can. If it's a 10K, it's okay. If it's a 5K, it's okay.
But that's not the point. The point is
We want the production.
production.
We want this artist, you win, you're gonna get a recording deal, an established recording studio. You're gonna get a free music video to complement your album, so that you can be able to say, I did it. You can take this on from here as a winner.
And that was the original proposal.
Yes,
Your proposal.
my proposal. So as time goes, and then my people now, the one that took the idea,
Yeah.
they were over there, I'm watching them, and there's things are happening on that stage, and I'm there, and I'm in the and I'm at the back, just congratulating my artists for winning whatever they won. The dog came on, he performs his first song, when he had a yellow tracksuit on.
Yeah.
Tati Booty came on.
Yeah.
So this was the beginning of all these guys on that platform. It was over. 2004, I took Lady May to the Music Awards when she won Lady for Life. What's your name? But when she won, she was under my stable. And Lady May performed at Nampower prior to the Music Awards. She had her first concert there. She was about 13. I mean, not 13, but I'm exaggerating. I think I run about 15.
There, okay.
Run about there. Then she won 2004 at the Music Awards. I was there too. I was next to her. And every time I'm on those platforms, I'm like thinking, some of what is happening right now, this is wrong. NSK, when you draft something, you already know how the execution is going to be.
Yes.
Is your brainchild, is your idea. You know how this baby is supposed to be run. All this judging that went on, the criterias, the judging, and all this giving somebody money, but you don't even know what the person is going to use this money for. You kill the industry by compensating people with so much money. That money finishes. The artists are back on the streets. What have you done to the industry? You kill the industry, you kill the artists, and then you leave.
Hence why, at the time when MDC took over, they literally took over a broken system.
Exactly.
Yeah. And regardless of how much money they threw at it, it was difficult
I mean,
from
as
the
hungry
get-go.
as the creatives was,
Yeah.
we were hungry, we needed the money. But my plan was not the money.
Was not the money.
It's to basically say, I'm going to give you this platform. In an event that it works for you, you win. Money obviously was going to come. If it was money that we needed, and then that money would have helped us. But how come we won money, but until today, the money that every artist won in these music awards, I don't see studios. I don't see you being able to say, oh, okay, I want to...
Offices or Bentleys.
Let me do voiceovers production or
something.
something. Let me open up a business, whatever, a media house. Let me work with the newspapers. Let me work with television. And this industry. Let me utilize this award money to build something for me that can prolong to bring me more extra income.
Yeah. Except obviously for the top 4 or 3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, corporate that has been involved in running this thing, I'm so proud of them that they managed to push it to the limit until they say no more themselves. They say no more. It's enough. We have done our part. That's what they say. You cannot say it's enough. We have done our part. Knowing that you excited us for so long, and then you leave us dry. So I felt so bad that I could not speak out.
All these years.
All these years. I couldn't
All these
speak out.
years.
I held it back. Every time I speak to Kim,
She's just like probably like no.
It's like, Fidel, sometimes it's okay. And I'm like, no, it's not okay. I feel disturbed that, you know, this is what's happening. Somehow, some way, I don't want to be a statistic. A statistic, what I mean is you die and you never had an opportunity to be heard. So when I reach out to you and and I'm like, I want to talk about this. I want to mention this, you know, so that in an event that I don't regret tomorrow, that, you know, your contribution to the industry, as much as you don't talk about it, as much as you are always that background person,
the selfless guy.
You die, and people fabricate the story. They lie about it. They don't tell because they don't understand. They have no knowledge. Because now, if you go online and then you say the music industry, I mean, the music award started where, you would hear about. Because after 2004, there was somebody started the Namibian Music Awards.
Yeah.
Something started.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, there was that confrontation between now Sanlam NBC Music Awards and then this one. Now they started saying, no, that was the beginning. And I told them, come on, son, you guys, you went to Sanlam. There was nothing before that. You went to Sanlam behind my back. You know? So this is the first time that I'm talking about it. And at the end of the day, I feel that I've done justice to myself, that is off my system. You know, that I get to tell the true story about the birth of the Namibian Music Awards. If there's anybody else that can come and speak about before 2003, what was there before that, the music makers, I think, has been there before that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was before that, yeah.
It was before
but
that,
it was not,
yeah.
I don't think it was necessarily an award. It was just a platform to expose artists for them to come perform and be celebrated.
So at the end of the day, when a corporate company as such pulls out or pull the plug, it sort of demoralizes everybody that believed in it. Because now all of us, we were writing, we were performing, we were in studios because we knew the awards is coming up.
It's coming up, yeah. And you sort of the motivation, you push.
Yeah, you had that motivation, yeah. So now you ain't there no more.
Man,
I just think, yo.
Fidel, I think the whole team here behind even production with our producer, Mr. Mukoya, we wanna thank you for finding home here. We wanna thank you for finding a safe space here to tell a story and to bring about your experiences and also to tell this story, something that you have not spoken to or spoken about since 2002, since 2003. And like we always say on this platform, look, you must come own your truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we want to proudly say that you have owned your truth, my man.
Most
to understand.
Obviously,
if there's any people that want to dispute this, you're more than welcome to reach out to us. We will give you the platform. Right of reply is enshrined in terms of the media ethics in this country. But Fidel came, he owned his truth. So thank you so much, Puta. I really appreciate it, my man. And so much respect from me to you, from the team here to you. And I'm hoping that country also respect from the country to you, so that they understand that when the name Fidel Odell comes up, it's not just some name. You know what I mean? It's someone that actually put in the work. It's someone that actually pulled the strings. It's someone that actually loves the industry, and it's someone that is responsible for literally half of the catalog that we enjoy today.
That's what it is.
So thank you so much, Buddha. I really appreciate it, man.
And I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot for this platform.
Yeah.
You know, keep doing what y'all doing.
Thank you, bro.
We're following, we're watching, we're listening.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a learning process for all of us as well. You guys are opening up, you know, closed doors and, you know, unheard stories. So keep going, man.
Unheard stories, I like that. Unheard stories, I like that. I think we're going to add that to our, to our slogan. Another Friday, another series of unheard stories. Thank you so much. Use the hashtag #IndustryLoop to tweet. Leave your comment. Let's debate. Let's fight. If you feel there's someone that needs to come and join us on this couch, drop the comment, reach out to us, and make sure once again to get yourself a copy of the New Era newspaper. Until the next one, We say GMTM. Sharp.
Yeah.